Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to a brand new live episode of OCD Geeks.
And I'm Jack. Hi guys, welcome back.
So, for those of you who are new to our channel, a huge welcome. We are the OCD Geeks as well as Aki Geeks podcast, Twitch, and YouTube channels.
On OCD Geeks, we cover a lot of topics, starting from mental health to TV series and movies, language learning, and much more.
If by any chance you're watching live here on Twitch, you're welcome to write your comments and questions in the chat down below. Do you have a dog, Jack?
Actually, it's my neighbor's dog who is very loud today. You know, Chris, in my apartment, we live really close. So anything that happens in the other house, well, actually, I can hear it. And the dog is quite loud when someone's coming in or walking up the stairs, so on. What about your dog?
Yeah, he is the same, especially when there is a delivery truck or something like that. He will be for sure the first one to know. So usually I get some kind of alarm from him, like, there is someone coming.
But Aki is the cutest dog ever.
So actually, Jack, you give me a good insight that I don't think I ever explained why the name of Aki Geeks, but it's basically the name of my dog that is called Aki. Also has another meaning in Japanese, Oron.
Yes, it really highlights your big passion for Japanese. You know, guys, we just said that on OCD Geeks, we cover topics more related to mental health and language learning. We didn't explain that on Aki Geeks. We focus much more on the video gaming world as a whole.
Gaming and technology, I need to start streaming from my Xbox. Most likely in the near future, you can watch maybe myself streaming latest games as well as all-time classics. It's something that I will totally recommend. Check it out. Especially for those of you who are new listeners, you are totally welcome to check out our previous episodes. If you combine OCD Geeks as well as Aki Geeks, we are around 70. There are plenty of contents to check if you are a geek like us, or maybe you suffer from OCD or mental health in general. This is kind of our project to start something meaningful related to our passions from, let's say, a challenging situation.
Any change of the season bring us some slight changes in mental condition. Speaking about me, I noticed that the first week of October, I got, a little bit more anxious than before because from the hot temperatures of summer, we moved to slightly colder temperatures. I always said that I'm used to actually Scandinavian weather, but in this case, when there is a change, my body can feel it and my mental health too.
For me, I would say the hardest challenges are from spring to summer because I really don't like the hotness of summer, almost at 35 or 40 degrees Celsius. So I would say that the autumn season is a bit better.
Chris, we live really close to the sea, so that is a big advantage on one side. We can quench down when it's too hot outside, and it's very lovely just to have a view on the sea. That we cannot complain about this. On the other side, I must admit that also my favorite season are probably spring and autumn. I don't like the extreme summer when it's too hot or winter when it's too cold.
I remember, and if you are a long-time listener, you know that about me, that I studied in Toronto for about 8 months during winter season as well. I remember one day especially, it was around minus 32 degrees Celsius with wind chill. That was I would say, the coldest weather I experienced in my life.
But still, you survived.
Yeah, I survived, and actually I remember that day there was kinda an activity related to the Japanese language club in university. So I went there anyways and had fun with my fellow classmates.
That's pretty nice, very nice memory. I recently moved to my new apartment and new house, so I have a little terrace outside. I can say much more of a balcony. And I was waiting for the temperatures to get colder because the sun is practically practically always there when I go out. I'm trying to enjoy the breakfast on the balcony right now, and it's cool because the temperatures are lower than before, and I can stay there and maybe read a bit to start the day and to get into my daily tasks. I can even have lunch. As for dinner, maybe it's probably too cold around 7:30 p.m., but I will give it a try one of these days.
I remember, Jack, that you have a passion for especially running and outside walking as well. So, did you have the time these days to run a bit outside?
I'm not very constant in my daily routines. So 1 week I could run 3 or 4 times in a row, and then the week later, not at all. It depends mostly on my mood. Of course, I try every day to be more determined than before. I try to establish a better routine. But as far as running, I have to get better in that.
Even for me, it's quite hard to be constant in workout and physical exercises in general. I would like to do something every single week, would be a nice idea. I didn't say to you yet, Jack, but a few days ago, I ordered something really cool related to the geek world as well as mental and physical health, the brand new FitBit that is called Sense 2. I don't know if you are familiar with FitBit.
Yes, Chris. Actually, I also tried the first Fitbit Sense a couple of years ago when it first came out. I didn't have a lot of information about Fitbit because it was my first bit ever. Sense, I found it really funny and delightful as a smartwatch to have on your wrist because it's very well done and very beautiful to see, aesthetically pleasing.
With the brand new model, they have a different sensor that is kinda able to track your physical health even better, and also your kinda mental health as well, because it's able to track your stress levels. It's something specifically to the Sense model. I'm looking forward to try, but I'm still waiting for the delivery. But I'm pretty sure that I will totally talk more about Fitbit Sense 2 in a future. It will be OCD Geeks topic as well as Aki Geeks, because it's kinda bridging the gap between the tech world as well as physical and mental health.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Keep me updated on that because I'm curious to know if there have been some improvement.
You know, Jack, is still something that gives me motivation to have something technological, a wearable, in order to do a bit more physical exercise or tracking sleep, health overall.
I have to admit that one of my weak points with a smartwatch is that I'm quite obsessive and compulsive. So once I got a new smartwatch with a lot of function, I would track all the times my physical and body functions. The big problem is that I was constantly monitoring myself, and that didn't help me at all in improving my conditions because one day I would rather have them off my wrist and the next have to keep monitoring myself again. So I had to keep a balance between these two.
Maybe as soon as you saw even a small number that was not in the optimal range, it was kinda a trigger for anxiety.
Yes, it triggered in so many ways my anxiety, and I figured out that in the end it was no step ahead for me. So I prefer to change, have a bit less to do with smartwatch in general.
Yeah, everyone is different. You chose the best way for yourself.
But I really appreciate these devices because they're something that you can lean on when you feel insecure, for example, when you have a doubt, they can reassure you, and they keep getting better and better.
Yeah,
They're improving as technology in incredible ways.
And about Fitbit, there is a plan that is called Fitbit Premium that kinda has even a deeper understanding of data according to your personal analysis of physical and mental health. They are going to provide via the app specific suggestions about how to improve yourself.
It's quite cool. I would want to have anytime the sleep tracker. I find myself constantly asking in the morning when I wake up, how did I sleep, and during the night. I have this need to monitoring myself and my sleep because I'm very curious about that side. That is definitely one of the factors that interests me the most.
Yeah, sure. Again, we will dive deep into the smartwatch, this kind of geek/mental health and physical health topics in an upcoming episode. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for your delivery, Chris.
Yeah, so off the record, we were talking about a new service, at least here in Italy, related to streaming, that actually it's not new in the US and North America in general. That is called Paramount Plus. I really don't know about other countries in Europe. We are talking about the Italian streaming service market specific.
Yeah, it seems with that we have another platform where we can watch something interesting.
Another platform that is going to add, compared to others such as Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime Video, and Crunchyroll for me as anime.
They are countless by now.
City Geeks has a focus as well on TV series and movies. At least for me, and I'm sure for Jack as well. It's kinda, I wouldn't say mandatory, but we really want to stay updated with everything that is going on the streaming services.
We are moving day by day from standard movie cinemas to televisions and streaming services.
Guys, you are welcome to go back to the latest OCD Geeks episode where Jack is talking specifically about, a niche streaming platform, Mubi, that is kinda more related to classical movie lovers.
Yeah, the so-called essay movies, cult movies, but very classical ones, probably belonging to another age and another generation, because we're talking about that movies that ranges from 1920 to 1980 mostly.
Yes, but for today we are focusing more on modern streaming platform. As for me, I think that the catalog is quite interesting because you can find many movies, but specifically TV series that are not available anywhere else.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, Chris, I didn't know a lot about this new platform, even if I already knew it by name in the American market. I actually only gave it a try on a TV series, which is called 1883. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I saw that and I watched maybe the first 5 minutes, but about me, I enjoy other styles of TV series, but I think from the little that I saw, that is really well done. It focuses mostly on American history.
Yes, it's Western genre. I know, Chris, that it's not your cup of tea, but I would highly recommend it to you because starting from the very 5 minutes, you can say that you're getting involved into the story quite fast. Of course, the story takes place in 1883. That's the year that we're talking about. So with a lot of fights and conflicts in American history between Native Americans and people moving from the little villages to other countrysides throughout America. I actually like the cast of this TV series. Isabel Rowe, I got to know her quite recently, and I think she's a really young talent. It starts a little bit as a Westworld. Westworld, of course, was more of a blend between technology and Western, something quite unique on the market. But 1883, of course, it's an historical TV series first.
Yes. As for me, I saw that there are many series related to the Star Trek universe. I just started watching the most recent one. I have to say that I got a really positive opinion, even though, I just watched maybe 15 minutes or so. I don't have any specific knowledge about Star Trek at all, besides, the movie that came out several years ago by now that I actually enjoyed. If I remember correctly, was directed by J.J. Abrams, that was also well known for your favorite TV series, Lost. So I'm looking forward to dive more into this universe. But also there is something for everyone. If you like more comedy shows, series meant for adults, like for example South Park, you can find the episodes there. But there are also options for the youngest ones that are related to the Nickelodeon world that is, of course, famous for characters such as Scooby-Doo or SpongeBob. Kinda a good mix for all family members.
Yeah, that's something that is necessary nowadays to cover a lot of public.
Last but not least, you can find the recent series dedicated to Halo that me as an Xbox longtime fan, I totally enjoyed, and I would recommend to all gamers gamers that are listening to us.
And I'm sure there are a lot.
Yeah, and actually for that we covered, I think, the pilot episode as well as the second one in previous OCD Geeks as well as Aki Geeks podcast. So I will totally invite to check those out as well. But even if you don't know anything about Halo and you've never played the game, I will still recommend the series because it's great sci-fi product.
Yes, and you can make a comparison between the series and the game and find the differences and the similarities.
Sure, because it's kinda an original story, so it doesn't follow 100% the events of the game. Even the aspect that you were pointing out still, I would say, interesting if you are an Xbox fan.
I'm sure about that, Chris. So guys, do you know Paramount Plus? Can you recommend us some product that you particularly like?
Maybe if you are listening from North America, has been years that you are familiar with this service, so your recommendations are totally welcome.
Yeah, I guess the catalog is also quite different.
Yeah, that is always the case. Even like for Netflix, if you're watching from Italy compared to the US, it's not exactly the same. Every country has a specific catalog that is kinda also related to local movies, for example, Italian movies here in Italy, and series that might not be available abroad. So if you would like to send us your feedback, you are welcome to get in touch with us on Instagram at Chris_OCDGeeks as well as Jack_OCDGeeks.
As we said, we're really looking forward to your feedback and your reply.
If you are listening to the audio edition and would you like to support our projects even more, you're welcome to subscribe on YouTube for OCD Geeks as well as Aki Geeks. You know, it's free and you will totally help us to reach a wider audience. So thank you so much for that.
You're a very important part of our growing up.
So Jack, even for today, I would like to close up the episode with our famous sentence by now.
Let them talk, our freaks.
We stay tuned on OCD Geeks.